Well, my next adventure was going to be, I was going to head over that way. I think it's about 20 miles to the site of the town of Vanderbilt from the 1890s, and then make it over to the gold bronze mine from there. But I was counting on seeing Jeff Williams at the show because he said he was going to be there, but anyway, he wasn't there when I was there because I needed to get the exact directions from the town to the mine, which I don't have, and I don't really have time to be wandering around trying to figure it out. So that's out of the picture. So my next plan, if I don't get there too late, is to go to the Coolgardie and do some digging in the hole Jordan and myself are digging in. But depends on how late it is when I get there. We'll see. And just bring the dirt home and go through it. Well, so far it's not looking too promising for Barstow. I've been in super heavy winds blowing me all over, and now it's raining on top of the winds, so maybe by the time I get there, let's see, how far is Barstow from here? 87 miles, then it's a few miles out to Coolgardie. Maybe by the time I get there, it won't be like this, I hope. Well, it's actually getting worse. So that may be the end of my little excursion to Coolgardie. So now I'm actually in a hailstorm. Everybody's slowing way down. The rain's gone now. I just went through a dust storm. There's a little bit more up here. It's blowing so hard out here, I could just hardly open my door. Well, even though the wind's blowing like crazy out here, I'm still trying to make it to the claim. I've got to at least get one bucket to take home. Even if it's blowing sand in my eyes and my mouth and everything else, maybe it'll blow a nugget into my mouth, Anyway, I want to try to get one, as many buckets as I can in a short period of time, and have something to do at home. Well, even though the wind's still blowing like crazy out here, I'm going to try to make it to the claim. And even if I just get one bucket of dirt, I'll be happy. Be happier if I had a few, but give me something to take home and mess around with. So make the trip back home worthwhile. Oh, we'll see what I can do. If I don't get caught in another dust storm or something. Well, I made it to the claim. As you can see, the wind is really Generally, the good stuff in this area is the stuff that's like dark like this. It's like coffee grounds. That's usually the good stuff, or even darker, actually. We'll see. The process of filling up the buckets takes quite a while because you're not just scooping down and getting loose dirt. You gotta, well, if you're like on top of the caliche, some say caliche, I like caliche, anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so you gotta knock all that loose if that's what you're trying to get. Or down here, you gotta knock that loose, and there's rocks in there. And if you're down at the bottom, to make it deeper, you gotta get that loose, and so it's yeah, it takes a while, but hopefully it's worth it. Each bucket I'm just filling up about 3/4 of the way, just because if you fill it all the way and you have to put a lid on it like I have to, since it's going to be in the car, it's hard to get the lid on because this thing becomes out of shape. And then you almost end up cracking the lid, either putting it on or taking it off. So far I made a pretty good dent in this hole. Got it deeper, wider over there, a little wider there. Like I say, it takes time, the stuff's so hard. Well, here's my last bucket. So I gotta get out of here before it gets dark. I hate to break down out here in the dark. I'm probably the only fool out here with all this wind and the rain and everything else. So I'd be out here stuck with nobody to help me. No cell service. So I filled up 12 buckets altogether. But since they're 3/4 filled, that would equal 9 full buckets. So we'll say I got 9 buckets to take home. Let's see what I got. Well, somehow I got it all in here. Now I just have to see if I can get out of here without popping a tire. Well, it turned out to be a great day. I accomplished 3 out of 4 of my goals. I went to the gold show. I went coin shooting. I got dirt here to take home. The only thing I didn't do was to go to the gold bronze mine to get to some of the pickups and the rocks that they had left in the tailing pile from the old days and wanted to crush up. But probably wouldn't have had time anyway to do everything. My only problem now is I feel like somebody's ran sandpaper over my eyeballs. I've got so much dirt and sand in them. But that's the hazards of being out here on a windy day, I guess. So far, looks like I'm the only one out here. I guess the biggest surprise for me today out of everything was to find out that somebody found that 1/3 of an ounce nugget in the hole I was digging in up at the contender claim. I think I remember what happened. I had dug down quite a ways. I had actually 2 holes, one right in front of the other. One had a big boulder in it. It's about impossible to move. But anyway, there's some new people there, and I kind of felt sorry for them. They weren't finding any gold, and I knew I was finding gold in my hole. So I said, well, why don't you guys go, dig there? And they did. Now, they didn't find the nugget, but I kind of, got away from the hole then, and they dug a little bit and found some gold. So, and I guess it was a couple weeks later. Now, I'm not sure if somebody stuck a detector down there and found it, or they dug out more and found it. I didn't get that part of the story, but I saw a picture of it. It was on my Facebook. Raleigh from up there posted it, and it looked nice. Well, maybe I'll find one someday. Kind of interesting cloud formations hugging the ground. Yeah, can't see the truck in the way, of course. Looks like I'm entering the formation now. Everybody's slowed down. Well, I've really had an array of weather on this trip now. We got some heavy rain in San Bernardino. Working my way home. It was actually heavier about 5 minutes ago, but it's still coming down. Alright, so here Randy went through some of the Laughing Jack's Gold Pay Dirt, and
this one barely squeezed into the sucker bottle. This one I had to pick it out. It's a picker. This one almost was a picker.
And a bunch of smaller stuff, and he still has to grind up or smash the granite stuff. It usually has some small gold in it.
And I didn't go over the stuff that may have went over the side into the pan. I gotta recheck the dirt to see if there's any more.
Okay.
This is just the first time through.
Another satisfied customer. Okay.